Hey folks, and welcome back to the VintageBeef Fan Server. I am Matt, aka Slash, and we are back here at the Biomes project. Hope you guys all liked the last episode with my son Super Thunder. It was a lot of fun to record, and he had a lot of fun being on the server. You know what, let me get some... Uh-oh. Why did I hear a zombie burning? Oh, are they? They're spawning up here. Haha. Oops. Might want to, like, fill this in or something. Anyway, I'll worry about that off camera. I didn't even think about that. Anyway, I wanted to do some more of the finishing touches to the... You know, actually, let's use the dirt. I wanted to do some finishing touches to the nether biome here. While we've got it available. So, while we've got it available, of course it's available. It's not like somebody's going to suddenly take off with it. It's a bit massive, people would notice. But anyway, I've been doing quite a bit of work off camera here. Yep, just right there. Boom. Collect this before we lose it. Dirt is a precious commodity. A bunch of folks have just given me some dirt. I got some from Caleb, and I got some from Malin Rip, and I got some from Snowshoe. And thank you guys for that. I appreciate it. Helps out with the project tremendously, because I went through all of mine pretty darn quickly. But I've been doing a lot of work getting stuff in place in some of the other biodomes. You can see there's some grass over there growing, and some over there and there. I think we already had. Trying to think of some other biomes. I think there's one down that way. Most of the biomes require a covering of dirt and grass for the most part. That's not too bad right there. And then, what else? We need some glowstone crystals up here, so let's go over here. I think I'm not going to bother trying to pick the torches up. I think that I had been talking last time that I wanted to try to eliminate the torch lighting. I don't think I'm going to do that. I just think it's going to be too much effort to try to get that working properly, getting lighting hidden in certain ways. So I think we're just going to rely on torch lighting for this. And, you know, just deal with it. Don't worry about how the lighting looks. Concentrate on how the biome looks. So I think that's pretty good. Let's take a look at it from down below. Not too shabby, and I'm thinking maybe one right over here in the corner. And I think that'll more or less finish up the nether. Oh, you know what? Soul sand. I don't have any soul sand over here, do I? No. Alright, we'll need to do soul sand. I don't think I had any in the chest. But we'll put some soul sand in. I'll do that off camera. I'll just probably spread it around, maybe over in that area. And a little bit over here, just to give it a little bit more character. Let's make this one stick down a little bit more. Maybe... Come on. Get on the thing! There we are. That's looking pretty good. Just going for randomness, trying to make it an organic shape. Don't want it to, that's good. Don't want it to look too much like anything. And yes, I'll take it. I think that this to me looks like the nether. Mission accomplished. So let's put up our sign here on the wall. Did I get it? Yes. the nether. Excellent. We can take this with us. Fantastic. We'll just get a little soul sand in there, like I said, and we'll be in good shape. But we've got savanna there, we've got mesa. Mesa just needs some touch up with some different colors of clay to break up the orange, but Orange Clay, Neon Tiger, and Caleb West did most of the grunt work there. The desert over here, I want to put a layer of cobblestone starting here, like right in this area, to cover up the majority of the dome, and then put sand on top of that. And the plan there is, I've got some sand here, I've got more back at base. It's going to be the desert, going to try and get some dead shrubs in there, maybe a little lava pool somewhere, because those can spawn in deserts. But the main attractions of this one is going to be, I'm thinking, a desert temple, perhaps in miniature, over in that direction, and I want to put a desert well somewhere as well. I said well twice. So that's what's going on there. Savannah, I've just placed enough dirt to get, or, you know, to cover this up and give us a flat structure. We'll eventually add some hills and whatnot to it, and then start planting and growing some acacia trees, and that should be about all that we need to do there. Down here, I have flooded this all with water source blocks. It's actually sources all the way down so that you can swim in it properly. This is eventually going to be a mushroom island. I think what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to have it extend out like this, follow this arc a little bit, so that it connects the 3 walkways but leaves a decent amount of water behind. So most of this surface water is going to end up getting covered up, but that's fine. I need to get mycelium, is the main thing there. I don't have any mycelium. So that's the next one on the agenda for resource gathering, I think. But here you can see to the left a sneak preview of the end, which I am quite pleased with. But we'll stop here real quick and just indicate this will be the jungle, and I've done the same thing here, just given us a platform to work with, and eventually I'll add some hills and then just start growing some jungle trees as best as I can. I may have to hand make some because the jungle trees are going to be taller than what the dome will allow, so we shall see what we can pull off here. But finally, we have arrived at my favorite biome that I've done so far, which is the end. I've done some work here. I got to do a little bit more. This dirt needs to be obsidian, so we'll do that while we're here, and then we'll go topside, and I'll show you what I've done so far. I thought I had a chest down here of stuff, but I guess I don't. So this is the obsidian platform that you would spawn in the end. And then more often than not, you end up spawning inside like a room. So you have to staircase your way up. So made a little staircase there. Did some random formations on top. We're going to put some obsidian down. I'm going to need to get some more actually. But we're going to put some obsidian down to emulate the towers. Just little 1-high towers. We're doing it in miniature. So let's actually just put the first one down somewhere. Let's say here. Just to get an idea of the look. So yeah, something like that. We'll have a couple of those spread throughout, and that's all that we really need up here. And then down underneath, I have a whole bunch of black wool placed, and I'm going to be placing black glass. And the reason for that, hopefully it will look good up here. If I look down over the edge, or if I'm looking at it from outside the dome, I want this all down here, I want to be looking like it's the void, you know, like you could fall off the island into the void. But if you do fall off, and you land down here, you can just run around to this side of the island, and I'll have this cut away here just as it is so that you can re-enter that way. But the reason that I've got the wool down to simulate the void, and the reason I'm using black glass is so that it blends in with the wool, and as a transparent block, mobs will not spawn on black glass. So that way we can get the effect that we're looking for without having to worry about putting, oops, let's use the Silk Touch shovel to get that back. But you won't have to worry about lighting to keep the mobs from spawning, because if I put lights down here, then that's going to ruin the effect that I'm going for. So we're going to work on getting some of this glass placed. I have been going through a lot of dirt, like I said, for the biomes that require that, which is most of them. Swampland is in there. Hopefully I'll be able to eliminate some of my dirt requirements by flooding a good chunk of that. I might just have a couple of little swampy islands and have most of it be water. I think that that would be really convenient. A little shortcut to pull that off. Just gonna outline this here and then we'll fill in the rest of the outside. The inside is lit up with torches right now, but the outside is not. So the outside has priority for the glass to try to prevent mob spawning. But never in my life did I think that dirt would be the one thing that I needed the most of in this game, but that is the situation I'm running into. I should count, but it takes, I'm gonna estimate, I don't know, 5 or 6 full stacks of dirt per dome that has dirt involved. And that's just to get the initial covering down. When I add hills and stuff, there might be a need to add dirt on top of that, or, you know, excavate dirt. Actually, that's the idea that I have for the hills, to try and get the little, you know, rise and fall of the terrain to look natural, as I think I want to just go through with a shovel and just randomly break. Oh, shoot, that's all the glass we have so far. So I'm going to mark this with torches so that I know that it needs to be glassed in, and I missed that spot. So much resources to build these things, but that's alright. Like I was saying, I'm going to go through with a shovel and just cut chunks out of the 1 layer thick block of dirt that I've got, and sorry, I'm distracted. I'm thinking of other things while I'm trying to talk, and that's not working. But then once the holes are cut out, I will replace dirt on top of the holes so that they form a little hill, a little rise in the terrain, and hopefully that will give us the effect that we're looking for with some randomness. But we shall see. What else can we do here? Let's look at some of the other biomes here. I've got some stuff down here that still needs, I believe this is ice plains here to the left. This right here is roofed forest, if I'm remembering right. Oh no, this one's jungle. Okay, maybe that one's roofed forest. Or did I... Hold on, that one says jungle. I have to check now. That one says jungle. Does this one also say jungle? Did I accidentally say jungle twice? Or is this one roofed forest? That one's jungle. Okay, this one's supposed to be roofed forest. When I replaced it, I called it jungle. So let's go fix that real quick. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of this stuff off camera because it is just placing blocks and placing blocks. The fun stuff comes when you can add a little extra touch, like when we put the lava in, and the glowstone, some obsidian over there. That's the fun stuff. That's the stuff I want to show you guys when I have the opportunity. But yeah, this here is going to be ice plains. And what I've been doing, thankfully some of this stuff is already grass, but what I've been doing is I've been creating a grid work of dirt. Let me actually switch to the dirt first, just to make sure that I don't run out of the grass when I need it. Although I have a silk touch shovel, so that's not too big of a deal to replace. But I make a little grid. I start with an X, like this, and I mark torches every 3 with a 3-block gap between them, which is a little overkill in terms of the actual lighting requirements to keep mobs from spawning, but it also helps give me a little bit of leeway in terms of elevation. You know, because if the elevation changes in the grid pattern, then the light level drops by an extra degree with that elevation change. And I don't want to risk having mobs spawning anywhere in the biomes project, because they will, you know, creepers will destroy what I've spent all this time placing in terms of blocks. Oops. But yeah, I'll place a little lattice work like this, and then I'll mark off the intersections so that I have a little guide for where the torches are supposed to go, and then fill in the gaps like so. And when I was using mostly dirt, I'm down to just grass now, but when I was using mostly dirt, I would occasionally just stop and throw a grass block in, just so that there was some seed to start spreading the grass around. But for the most part right now, I've just got grass blocks, so I might as well just place them all. There we go. So yes, my son thoroughly enjoyed being able to play on the server a bit. He was hamming it up a little bit for you guys. I'm sure that you could pick up on that. But he has ambitions. He would like to be able to record some gaming as well, do some Let's Playing. So I've been giving some consideration to whether or not I want to create a YouTube account for him under my control, so that he can record, I can upload to a separate channel for him, but still maintain the login for it, so that, you know, I can monitor the comments and private messages that come in, just to make sure that, you know, because he's 7, you know, you people on the internet are creepy sometimes. I don't want him to be exposed to anything untoward and inappropriate, I guess. So, not that I think regular viewers of my channel are going to be doing anything inappropriate for my son's channel, but you never know who might stop by when you're living in internet land. Alright, so torches there and there. I have a rare moment to record in the middle of a Saturday. We were trying to do a big collaborative video, a bunch of us, and it did not work out as planned. So, and I won't go into the nature of it because I don't know how public knowledge it should be, but we had some technical difficulties, and so we ended up just putting a stop to it, saying, all right, this is not going to happen, let's reschedule, we'll do this at another time when we've gotten all the issues worked out. And the family is still out. They had left to give me some privacy for the collab, and so I'm trying to get a little bit of recording done while I have an opportunity. They're off having fun doing this, that, and the other thing. McDonald's Play Place, I think, was one of the options that they were going to pursue. And they haven't been to that in a while, because we just, you know, we don't eat at McDonald's all that often, for various reasons. So it's a treat for them when they get to go and use the McDonald's playground. I don't know if the baby has ever been to a McDonald's, actually, so this might be baby's first McDonald's trip for him. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, I completed running a group of folks through a D&D adventure just last night, and that was a lot of fun. We only get together once a month to play D&D, and it's not always my campaign, because we have 2 campaigns going. And there's actually a third that is going that involves some of the kids, because when my baby was born, my wife and I weren't available to play, and so that put both of the campaigns on a standstill, so they ended up, the folks that were not us, decided to have a role-playing game get-together for some of the time that we were out, the couple of months that we were out. And so they've been doing that. But finally got back to my campaign and had quite a bit of fun. Oh, and now we're on a dirt. Gosh darn it. I'm telling you, the speed at which I go through dirt, that had to have been more than 6 stacks just to do that. Maybe it's closer to 10. I don't know. But, what else do we have on us? Nothing really. Alright, let's just head back up. But yeah, the campaign was a lot of fun. One of the characters in the game is a Deva, and they have multiple lifetimes that they live. And so there's stuff in his past is very mysterious as a result. And in fact, they call him Muck and Fuss the Mysterious. And you know what? Actually, let's work on the planes here a little bit. And so I got to have some fun giving him a little bit of a backstory that even he wasn't aware of, because it happened in a previous lifetime. Alright, so this is what we're going to do with the hills. I think I'm going to just go... like that. And then, if we get back on top here, we can place the blocks up here, like this. Just one block up, using the torch as a starting point. Yeah, that looks like a hill. And we lost a torch, I think, in the process. Very good. And let's just put another one over here. It doesn't have to be particularly robust, this landscape. Not looking for it to look very true to the original, I guess. Just sort of invoke the original. So if something sticks out that it's like, okay, that doesn't really look like the plains because this is weird or whatever, you know, that will fix. But as far as just trying to get a general look to plains, I'm not too concerned about, okay, well, the game would never generate the terrain to look like this particular hill. That, whatever. I mean, plains have hills, and that's all I'm really going for here. So let's put the torches back. That one. I think that's it. That's not too shabby. And then, I think we're going to go ahead and start putting in a well. We'll put it over here. So it's gonna be a village well. So I think it's 4x4, is it? So that will help us get some of the dirt back at least. So it kind of goes like this, right? Where it goes down like so. Right, and then it's just kind of rimmed around like this. And we'll just have it stop 3 blocks down. I don't know how far they usually go down. I think a little bit further than that. Oh, is that? I don't have any more cobble. Alright, well, that's the start of it anyway. We're going to build that up, make a little well here, and then maybe put, I don't know, 1 village house, maybe 2. And a little bit of gravel road. I'll have to put some cobblestone down to support the gravel since it's a gravity block. But we're going to do that in here because a village is one of the more prominent features of the plains. Let's go place, before I forget, let's place these blocks over here in the Ice Plains area. But yes, the point in the biomes is to try and invoke particular things that make you think of that biome. So when I think plains, I think village. When I think desert, I think desert temple. Jungle, we'll probably try and get a little mini jungle temple in there. What else? I mentioned the desert well in the desert along with the temple. What else is we need a witch shack in our swampland. So that will be a thing. And you know what? The swamp is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt, to be honest, because we're going to have to manually build swamp trees. They're really just oak trees, the swamp trees, but they generate in a different pattern. And we're not going to be able to generate them just by growing an oak tree with bone meal, so yeah, we're gonna have to do that manually. So we're gonna minimize how many of those trees go up. We're probably gonna have to bring some mushrooms over as well, because mushrooms are a prominent feature. But thankfully I've got tons of mushrooms in my little underground mushroom farm. But I think that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. Just wanted to give you an update on the Biomes project. The episodes of this server are gonna be few and far between until I have most of the grunt work done. on the biomes project, because you don't want to watch me placing blocks over and over again. You want to see me doing interesting things, putting the finishing touches on, making it look nice. So until I get it to that point, I don't have anything to record on here, because I don't have any other projects going. The only other project I could think of possibly engaging in... Let's go ahead and break these guys open. I had to repopulate this. Whoa! I love when they do that. I'll get me my sign. And... Huh, that's weird. I would have thought the log would have popped out. Did I manage to catch it? Sign there, that blocks the water. Okay, anyway. These cows are exploding everywhere. Ah, there it is. The other project I was talking about was the terraforming of the end, which RJ had started. And quite a bit of dirt and grass had gone into that project, but it kind of stalled, and I already need as much dirt as I can manage to get for the biomes project, so I can't really work on both because I'd be robbing one to steal the other, or to serve the other. Robbing one to steal the other, that's backwards. So, yeah, that's not gonna happen either. And I just don't have anything else going on. I don't have any ideas for any new mini games I want to try to work on over at Beefy Dunes, which, by the way, I don't know if you had noticed. Well, I guess you would have noticed because I talked about it in the video, but that was a lot of fun to come up with that name and put that sign in place. But it was just a lot of redstone, so I didn't feel like that was something you guys were interested in seeing. Just running redstone lines for the purpose of getting the daylight sensor to work. Yeah, so, expect fewer VBFS episodes for the time being. Hope to be able to get through the grunt work as fast as I can. And until next time, thanks for watching, and have a good one.